If you've ever lived in an apartment, you know how hard it can be to make that space feel homey. If you are new here, my name is Eshi and I have lived in apartments for the past 6 years. And my specialty is making apartments feel cozy and warm and inviting. So today I'm going to share with you my 3 easiest tips on how to make an apartment feel like a home. I'm going to start with the easiest tip to implement first, which is organization. When you're moving from apartment to apartment, organization can make or break the flow of the household. So you should think about tackling your organization problems in 2 different categories: visual clutter and hidden clutter. Visual clutter is kind of self-explanatory. It's the stuff that you see every day that's annoying to you, that's just always put back in the wrong spot, that piles up in a corner. That's visual clutter. And then hidden clutter is the stuff that you don't necessarily see every day, but can cause you some anxiety. It's the stuff that's underneath the cabinets, that's pushed into the back corners of your drawers. The way I want you to tackle visual clutter is by noticing where some of those pileups happen and by solving that issue with a specific system for that area. For example, one of the spaces that I can guarantee some of your clutter will be is in the front entry. We're talking about shoes everywhere, keys everywhere, bags, you name it, it all ends up at the front door. So you need to come up with a solution for shoe storage, someplace you can tuck those shoes away that you cannot see it, but is easy to reach. And you need a solution for your keys and bags, whether that's hooks on the wall or a catch-all container. And with visual clutter, because these are in areas that you will see every day, I want you to try and make your organization solutions cute or aesthetically pleasing. So if you're going to use a catch-all bowl for your keys and your random bits and bobs, make the container really cute, or place the container on top of a very nice console table. Maybe add a mirror in the back, a vase for flowers. Maybe your shoe storage cabinet is a pretty color. And again, don't forget, with visual clutter, the easier it is to reach these spots, the easier it will be for you to keep those areas clean. And then we have what I call hidden clutter, the things that are hard to take back out and to find because you shoved it all underneath a drawer. For these areas, you don't need to make sure that your organization solutions are cute or aesthetically pleasing, because no one's ever going to see them but you. You just need to make sure that they actually work. You don't need to spend all of your money at the container store buying the cutest little dividers. You can honestly go thrifting for them or make them yourself from cardboard or leftover wooden scraps, whatever works for you. With hidden storage, you just have to make sure that everything has a specific place, and it can be easier to do that if you categorize your things. So maybe all of your cleaning supplies go under the kitchen sink and all of your hair products go in the bathroom medicine cabinet. Whatever is easiest to put away and to remember. All of these organization solutions can move with you from apartment to apartment and will really take you to the next level in making you feel at peace in your home. The second easiest way to make your apartment feel like a home has to do with the cozy factor. I see a lot of apartments fall into the trap of what I can only describe as being too sterile, with the renter-friendly white walls, or even worse, millennial gray, all the white or black or wood appliances, just everything is all the same from apartment to apartment. Every apartment just starts to feel very cold and sterile and kind of like the same thing over and over again. So the easiest way to fix this is with 2 things: plants and layers. I feel like plants are kind of self-explanatory here, but really just adding 1 plant to a space can bring that space to life. Something about bringing nature into a space just instantly makes it less sterile and a lot cozier. And it doesn't have to be a plant that is crazy looking or hard to keep alive. 1 plant that I actually suggest for everybody is a snake plant. You don't have to water it a lot, it doesn't require a lot of light, and it is relatively easy to keep alive. Quick warning to those of you with pets: if your pets like to eat plants, snake plants are toxic, so maybe keep them out of reach. And then, to add layers to create that cozy factor, you can obviously add on some throw blankets, a couple extra cushions, but you can also add layers in your decor, quite literally by putting something in front of the other, or you can vary height or width in the pieces that you use. You can change up the textures or the colors or the patterns in the pieces that you use. It's all really just about creating visual interest so that when your eye looks around your apartment, it's not all just white everything. And the last tip I have for you is probably the hardest one to accomplish, but I have faith in you. I'm going to call this category your voice. I don't know if you ever had that lesson back in school in your writing class where they talked about finding your voice in your style of writing. But the way I'm translating that writing lesson to interior decorating is that you all have your own personality, the way you see the world, your own personal sense of style, and showing your decorating through your voice is really going to make your apartment feel like a home. And the way you can show your voice through your decorating style is through color, DIYs, and decor. With color, now, I know those of you who like white or beige furniture with gold accents, this might be a hard one for you, but I want you to choose 2 to 3 colors that you can incorporate, and they can be in very subtle ways. Maybe it's just 1 or 2 yellow pillows that you add to your white furniture. Maybe it's a splash of blue in a piece of artwork you have. Or if you're like me, you can have mostly white furniture and add in 1 big green couch. It's really up to you how much color you want to incorporate, but adding in color even a little makes a huge difference. And with DIYs, again, it doesn't have to be crazy. Maybe you create 1 piece of art that you experiment with. Or once again, you can go all in like me and make yourself a whole industrial shelf. Or wallpaper the ceilings. And if your apartment building allows it, paint a room. Like I said, you don't have to be crazy like me, but if you want to join my club, the more the merrier. And lastly, your decor can be a large part of how you show your voice. Maybe there's pieces that add color to your space, or there's photos that tell stories of your life, or there's select few pieces that give us a glimpse of your culture. It's all about the customization that shows people as soon as they enter your apartment who you are, what your personality is, what your story is. And like I said, this last tip is definitely the hardest one to nail down, but I just want you to think about how all of your decor pieces come together to tell a story. If you want to see all 3 of these tips in action, I'm going to leave a link to my apartment tour right here. You can see how I've implemented some of these organization solutions, how I've tried to keep that cozy factor in mind, and how I've tried to show you my voice and how I've decorated my apartment. I hope these 3 tips help you create the apartment of your dreams. If it did, don't forget to give this a like and subscribe to me if you want to see more downtown apartment tours, interior decorating tips, and apartment living. I will see you guys next time.